she come up and talk to us about housing, and she's a housing advocate. Barbara?
Can everyone hear me all right? Okay. Before I start, I first want to thank the core group of our committee. It was a very diverse group, a lot of skill sets, and they consisted of Becky Kane, a councilwoman. We had Jennifer Olson, a primary homeowner. We had Rosemary Flannery, who owned a vacation home and attended every meeting on her cell phone and took the minutes because she was displaced. Doug Card, and also Lori Dibble. We had a lot of arguments. We fought hard for the key issues that we wanted to see on the board that you're going to read tonight. I think if I had $1 for every time we rolled our eyes or bit our tongue, we would be able to have a really nice dinner right now, but we managed to get through it. We managed to keep fighting with the steering committee and have points like the grant writer and issues like code enforcement. We were able to work with that and get it back into this housing advocate, housing resource center project. I think you all must recognize that everyone needs to be back home. We've had a lot of trouble getting people back home. There's been many disconnects. There are a lot of missing links, a lot of outside agencies that have been working closely with other towns, and for some reason Highlands has not been receiving the help of those outside agencies. So we saw the main project would be to collaborate and work with all of these agencies and work with the homeowner and even get to the point of writing grants through the Governor Christie Action Plan and finding any grants we could to get them down to the homeowner level, not just to the town, not just to the county, but to the homeowners. We had people in the committee that have been displaced, have gone through insurance settlements, have fought for more than a year, know the red tape, and we even were overwhelmed knowing what everyone else had to face, and we knew we needed an advocate in the town working for property owners. By property owners, I mean people that are primary owners and also the commercial owners that are renting, because we knew we had to protect our ratables. Right now, I understand the town has a workforce group making an assessment, trying to determine which homes are abandoned, which homes people may want to just walk away from, which homes are in foreclosure, which homes are just sitting that way, not because the people don't care, they just don't have the funding. We're hoping this resource center, this housing resource center, will be able to tie up and loosen all the red tape and walk the homeowner or property owner through the process as an advocate to get results. And we also recognize to get these results, we just couldn't be a social service case management system. We also had to have the ability to collaborate with the town, to collaborate with the state level and with outside agencies in order to get everything connected so people can get back into their homes. We did not have the ability of our FEMA facilitator bringing in the budget representative, so the committee on our own went out and we contacted Elizabeth Murno, the director of the Monmouth Long-Term Recovery Group. She actually attended one of our meetings. We managed to have Steve Nelson find time to sit in with our meeting because we knew funding was an issue. We were trying to keep this grant manager, grant writer within this project. We wouldn't let go of that, and it seems we have been successful because I do see that up on the board. We are possibly looking for interns to write the very first grant to help get the resource center up and running. There are volunteer grant writers. Steve Nelson was kind enough to say he may be able to help us As I mentioned, our core group has a strong skill set. They're familiar with business. So we have dedicated, committed committee members who are willing to step up and get this done and get the first grant and then work from there. The SHRAP, I don't know if many of you are aware of the SHRAP grant that has just been released, allowing $15,000 possibly a person to help pay for utility bills or tax bills, mortgage payments, or behind rent payments. That would have been a grant if this resource center was established now, that we may have been able to have the umbrella stay inside the town, because we would have had an established agency, we would have had a grant writer securing and acquiring funds, and we would have had some form of case management system to be able to implement the funds and distribute it to homeowners. We could not do that now, and Tim Hill's working hard on getting a connection with outside agencies, and we will be taken care of under their umbrella. But I'm only telling you that to let you know that this resource center is critical moving forward for Highlands to take care of its own. And we are going to work hard in doing that. My committee, we don't consider ourselves amateurs. We're hoping to stay involved. So with the Creative New Jersey intercession and that program, if we are lucky enough to have that get running here, we will stay involved and come up with very effective measures to work with the town, with the state level, with area agencies to get results. I can't stress that enough, and having lived through losing my home, total loss from a fire, I know what it's like waiting for the settlement to come in, waiting for the appeal to go through. And a year later, we should have people rebuilding and redeveloping their homes. The actual project itself reads, the Housing Advocate Grant Manager is to provide the support to the disaster case management system to ensure residents and property owners are aware of all applicable resources for rebuilding and for restoring or developing appropriate mitigation measures for both single-family houses and multifamily housing. The Housing Advocate Grant Manager could also serve as the director of a housing resource center for Highlands to prepare proposals and grant applications for research to identify, develop, and respond to funding opportunity announcements. As I mentioned, they have a priority with the Monmouth Long-Term Recovery Group. We've already collaborated with them as a committee. We went out on the limb and said we would provide one case a week. We reached out to Sarah Toma, who is a Monmouth Long-Term Recovery Group chairperson in Highlands. We ran into a few obstacles because of the confidentiality of case management, but we're hoping that somewhere we will find a seamless database that will give us the information we need to apply to grants, to give homeowners results, and to get the money back into Highlands so that we can move back into our homes. So I thank you all for listening, and I urge you all to really support and promote this group. Thank you very much.